Starting the video?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not crooked, is it? Sideways?
You're crooked.
Oh. Mouth.
It's really crooked.
I'm gonna put that in. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have the love of my life here with me.
Hello.
This is Hunter, for those of you guys who don't know him already, which I don't see why you wouldn't. He's kind of camera shy.
A little bit.
But I talked him into doing this video with me because a lot of you guys were really interested in hearing about our love story and how we met, how we got engaged, and like to know about our future. I wrote down some questions for us to answer for you guys about our love story. So let's get right. So when did we first meet? We met our
sophomore year of high school.
I guess technically we met freshman year of high school, but we didn't really talk.
No.
Because
actually, I didn't even notice you.
The tea. Yeah, I noticed him because the first time I saw him, he used to hang out with an old friend of mine, because we weren't friends at the time. But I saw him, and no joke, the first thing I said, I was like, wow, that boy's really cute. Like, he's really fine. How did we meet? It was through Memphis.
Yeah, through Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis and I were pretty good friends with Zach, Tyler, Jacob.
Just like a couple people.
Just a bunch of people.
We went to high school with, yeah.
We had our own little gang, and yeah.
Yeah, and then sophomore year, we used to hang out together, and Memphis was like, this is Hunter, he's a good friend of mine, and then I got the feels. I got the feels real hard. I really liked you. But, yeah, he was not really into it at first, but we'll get into that. So I was interested in him first. He kind of friend-zoned me.
Not kind of, but
you did. You did friend-zone me. Yeah. We used to talk all the time, and like, he was my best friend, of course. Like, we were really, really close, and unfortunately, he only thought of me as a friend. So and I was like, why'd you gotta leave me on?
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know that you liked me. I just thought we were really good friends, and that you always wanted to talk, and I was down, and...
Yeah, we would stay up till like 4 o'clock in the morning talking to each other. But I just liked him as a friend, I guess. Like, he thought. So, at one point, I was just like tired of just leading this all on, because I was really, like, in deep to my feelings. Like, I was ready to date this boy, and I was like, so, do you like me or no? Because, honestly, if you don't like me, then I need to stop talking to you so much, because I'm getting some serious feelings for you. And he was like, I think it's better off if we just stay friends. And I was seriously so heartbroken. And then I went and dated someone else shortly after that. Yeah, what did you think when I got a boyfriend?
At first, I kind of didn't really care. Like, I was kind of like, oh, good for you.
We were still really good friends.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't stop being friends. We just stopped, like, talking to each other all the time because I was butthurt that he didn't like me.
Right. Well, as you were dating him, I didn't really have feelings for you at first. It wasn't until after you stopped dating him when you tried to hook up with another guy. That's when I really got jealous. When I was like, man, I'm really, like, missing out on this really nice lady.
Aw. So you planned on telling me that you had a crush on me in person, right?
Yeah, I did, but, okay, back up. So I actually liked you before you told me that you were gonna date.
Oh, don't say his name.
But you were like, you kept texting me saying, like, man, should I go out with him?
Girl was petty. Oh my god, you're exposing me.
Like, and then I stopped her and I texted her like, well, maybe you shouldn't date him because I think I'm falling for you.
That's what he said, and my heart literally, like, dropped. Like, I was so excited. Like, I got instant butterflies in my stomach, and I went up to my mom and I was like, he likes me! Hunter said he likes me! Like, he's saying that he fell for me. Like, he told me that he thinks he's falling for me. And, like, we didn't start dating that night when he told me that.
No.
But, like, I saw him the next day at school. We were all blushy and cute. Like, you know, whenever you tell somebody you like them and it's all, like, butterflies in your stomach when you see him. And, like, all sweaty when you're around them. Like, it was like that. But, yeah, that was, like, January 3rd because we started dating on January 6th of 2016.
Yep.
And he asked me out at 12:06 a.m. I don't know why I remember that.
January 5th.
It was January 5th when we were talking about, you know, when he was about to ask me out.
Yep.
But then he asked me out at 12:06 on January 6th. And the only reason I remember that was because I was like, if you would have asked me out like 7 minutes earlier, one of our month anniversaries would have been on my birthday. And you're like, oh, can we just change our anniversary to the 5th then? And I was like, no, you
Which now
can't.
I'm thinking about it, that would have probably been a bad idea.
Yeah, you can't just change the date that you asked me out. That's not how that works. What was our first date? Do you remember? Because I remember.
Wasn't our first date on my birthday?
The day before. February
Day
13th. Yeah, because I did not meet his parents until the day before your birthday, your 16th birthday.
Yep.
So we started dating when we were 15. And, yeah, so February 13th, I went over to your house for the first time. And I met your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went and saw Zoolander 2.
Yep. Which is, like, considered an old movie now.
But his sisters had to go with us because we were 15. Like, we couldn't drive.
Yeah, or anything.
Yeah, so they sat in the back. Like, they didn't really care. But they sat in the back, and we sat a couple, like, rows down. And we just cuddled and watched Zoolander for our first date.
Yep.
Who said I love you first?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
it
even
was...
want to go into detail about that?
All I know is that it was... We waited a while. Like, 6 months.
Right.
Because we didn't want to... Like, we didn't want to just right off the bat be like, I love you.
Mm-mm.
But, it was cute because before we started saying I love you to each other, we would be like, I really, really, really like you. Like, I like you a lot. And
Like, it was about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. Like, even if I didn't say it first, she would have said it or something.
yeah, it would have happened either way, but it was kind of like, who's going to say it first? Like, we're
Yeah,
not going to know who's
exactly.
going to say it first. But it was really cute because it's a fact that whenever you look at someone that you love, your pupils dilate. And he would look at me and he's like, your pupils are super dilated. And I was like, well, maybe because I really, really like you. Just cute stuff like that. And then one day we were cuddling and he's like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And like his heart started pounding like literally out of his chest. Like his breathing was all like...
That's a big thing to say.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
But I meant it.
Yeah, that was the first time... I know this is so bad, but that's the first time I said I love you and meant it to someone. Like, that I was in a relationship with.
Right.
And, yeah, both of us were, like, nervous. Like, our hearts were pounding, but it was a good type of nervous. And I was like, calm down. Because he was so, like, oh my goodness. But, like, he was all blushing, and I was probably blushing. I don't know. But it was seriously so adorable. I loved it. So when we first held hands, and this usually I feel like we wouldn't really put in like our love story thing, but I'm putting it in because it was the cutest thing ever when you held my hand for the first time. It was so cute. Okay, so usually when you start dating someone, you hold hands like the first day. For me, with my past relationships, I would either hold their hand the first day or sometimes even before we really started dating. Like when we were flirting, we would hold hands.
Mm-hmm.
But with Hunter, like, I would go home and, like, you know, have a really good day with him. And then I'd go home and text him and be like, so you gonna hold my hand? Because he was so shy. But I was also too shy to do it because, I don't know, I feel it's, like, because we both were so into each other that our butterflies were, like, extra intense or something.
Right.
And so, like, holding hands, like, took probably a week. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, probably like a good week and a half, actually.
Yeah, and after class, we would meet up before we would head out to lunch. And, well, he met me down there, and we started walking, and he grabs my hand, and he goes, because we were with my friend Memphis and Zach at the time, and he holds up our hands, and he goes, look, guys, I'm holding her hand! Like, I grabbed her hand! It was seriously the cutest thing, and everyone else around was like,
what the heck?
what is this guy's problem? But it was the cutest thing. He was like, I finally held her hand. It was precious.
It took a long time to do it, but I did it.
Yeah, and it was worth the wait. It was the cutest thing ever. Our first kiss.
Went a little like this. and twist. And twist.
It was awkward. Our first kiss was really awkward. So we held hands at about a week. And then our first kiss, I was texting him one night and I was like, so are you okay if I kiss you tomorrow? Because you weren't going to do it.
No, there was no way.
So I was like, are you okay if I kiss you tomorrow? And he's like, I had a feeling you were going to ask me that.
Because I wasn't going to take the action to do it.
Yeah.
So
I had to step
figured
up.
That, yeah.
Yeah, I had to step up and do it. And so it was after lunch, and he used to walk me to the gym because gym and our classes were in separate.
There was 2 different lunches.
2 lunches, but also buildings too. Okay, so after lunch, he would walk me to gym, and before then we would hug, and then we'd go to class because there were 2 different buildings. There would be like the gym building, and there would be the class building. And he had to go to the class building, and I had to go to gym. So usually we would, he'd drop me off like a gentleman, and we'd hug and say goodbye, all that good stuff. Well, the day he was supposed to kiss me, he went to go walk to class. And I grabbed his hand and I swung him back. And we went to go kiss. And it was so awkward because neither one of us tilted our heads like you should when you kiss someone. And our noses went like this. And literally.
That.
Yeah, it was the worst. And so we were like, okay, bye. So we went on our separate ways. And then I went to math class, and I remember I was like, oh my god, that was the most awkward first kiss in my whole entire life. So he did end up buying me a promise ring. I think we started talking about getting each other promise rings when we were dating for about maybe 3 months or 4 months. I want to say, no.
No, it was
maybe
it was 6
6 months. Yeah, after we said I love you, we were talking about promise rings. And he would always hint at it, I want to get you one, or this and the other, just little subtle hints. And I'd be like, yeah, that'd be awesome. But he never asked me for my ring size. I don't even know if did you really even know or think about a ring size?
I didn't
We were
even think
young.
about the ring size.
Yeah, we were way younger than now, so it didn't really cross his mind, I feel. But he gave it to me on my birthday, which was the day before our 8-month anniversary. And he got us a set. So there was two rings, so he could have one and I could have one. But it was a size 6, and your girl has big fingers. I'm a size 10. So, but it actually came with chains that you can wear around your neck.
Yeah.
And so I would wear mine around my neck. And you wore yours around your neck.
Same.
Because his came in a size 10 and his
11.
11.
It was huge.
Yeah, so it would have
really
fit
huge
me.
ring.
We could have swapped rings.
I don't know why we didn't think to do that. Well, then
Because
again,
mine said his beauty on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it would have been my beast and
Yeah. Her beast.
Yeah,
While
for real.
wearing it around my neck. Yeah, but so the thing is with my family was we're really, really big on asking for, if it's okay,
permission.
yeah, father's blessing is a really, really big thing. And my mom told him that if he plans on giving me a promise ring, he needs to ask for my father's permission. And you were okay with that. You were totally fine with it. But
I'm classic too.
yeah, he's romantic. He really is. But he's not the material type of romantic, which I'm totally okay with. But yeah, I knew he had it because he was like, you're gonna be really excited for what I got you. We've been talking about it for a long time because Hunter's really bad about keeping secrets.
Very.
Yeah, you're really not good at keeping secrets or making surprises and having it last. So I was like, you need to ask my father for permission because you can't give it to me until you ask for my father's permission. And so I told him, I was like, just go ask. And then you can take it from there whenever you went to go ask my dad.
So I went outside because they were out in the garage and everything, and I don't know if it was being if I was just being super nervous or anything like that, but all of a sudden I started crying. I was like, oh, I really love your daughter, and I want to be with her forever and always. Can I give her a promise ring? And he's like, yeah, like, I don't care. Like, you know, just how your dad is.
Yeah.
Like,
He's super nonchalant.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go back inside and I'm going to give it to her.
It was really cute. He came back inside, and he pulled out the ring, and he was like, Arabella, I just really love you. And he starts crying, and for some reason I started laughing. Like, in situations like that, humor is my way out of things. So he was crying, and I was laughing, and I was like, it's so sweet. Like, thank you so much. Like, I wanted to cry, but for some reason my body's like, no, you're gonna laugh instead. But he was crying, and my mom was all excited, and my dad was all excited, and like I had family there because we were having like a small get together for my birthday, and yeah, it was just super cute. He gave me my first promise ring, and then Hunter actually gave me a new promise ring for our 2-year anniversary, just because. I feel like we went bowling and to dinner, and then we went and walked around Walmart, and he actually got me just like the cheap like $8 promise rings that you get on the, what's it called?
The like
display.
little rack thing that they have.
Yeah, and I was fine with that. Like, I am not, you know, a person that's like, I need $100,000 ring. Like,
Well,
that's
then
not
again,
me.
I was like 15, 16 with no job or any money. Like, I'm pretty sure I got that money from my mom to...
Yeah. Well, I think you had a job, or you just started your job, because 2 years we were together, you were like 17, right? About 17 years old.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I think you had a job, it just wasn't paying you very much money. And we already spent money on dinner and bowling and stuff like that, but I didn't care. I really loved it. It was really, really gorgeous. And then the day we got engaged was September 21st of 2019, and that's a story in itself. So what was your process for buying the ring and stuff, and knowing you were going to engage, or ask me to marry you?
I had originally planned to, but like I was kind of hesitant with it because I wanted to get a better ring. Like, I didn't want to keep buying her like $8 rings or anything like that. So, I tried to save up like a whole bunch of money.
But I wouldn't care if it would have been a $5 ring, honestly.
Right.
I still don't care. He wants to get me a new ring because he's not happy with the one he got me, but I am in love with my ring.
Because honestly, she's worth more than what her ring costed.
It doesn't matter what my ring costed.
But anyways, so I went and bought her a ring without telling her, and like I got you super pissed off because I kept hinting that I had a ring, and like one day we were at Walmart, and I was like, how much you want to bet I have a ring and that I'm gonna propose to you right now? And she's like, you're lying and everything like that. And like I really convinced her.
Because for months he was like, I'm gonna propose to you, like I have a ring, and I was like, you do not have a ring, because we share a bank account. So if he would have pulled out, you know, so and so amount of money for a ring, I would have saw it in our account. So I was like, no you didn't, no you didn't.
Yeah, and I got her to the point where like she believed me, and
well, it was believable because my birthday was on the 5th. So it was like any money that was pulled out was for like a birthday present or something.
Yeah, I kept telling her that I have one more gift for her and everything.
Yeah.
And so like I told her that I needed to go pick up the ring because it was ready. And so I have her walk off and everything, and I actually grabbed the ring. But when I came back to her, I put it in my pocket. And she's like, so what's in your pocket? And I was like, it's your ring. And she's like, no, it's not. Show me. And I was like, okay, we'll feel it.
Well, it wasn't in the box. It wasn't in the ring box.
It was...
That's why I was like, no, it's not. Because I figured if it was in a ring box, his pocket would have been bulky.
Right. So, she feels what's in my pocket. And, like, it was obviously the ring. But then, like, I got, like, later on that day, I was like, you know that wasn't a ring, right?
It wasn't even later on in the day. It was like 20 minutes later. He's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told you it was a ring. It's not funny to joke about. It wasn't a ring. I literally got spitting mad.
She was super pissed. Like, I came up with the excuse that I used the receipt.
Which for some reason I believed. I seriously believed it. Like, he formed the receipt in the shape of a ring, put it in his pocket so I could feel it, and it felt like how it felt when I felt the ring.
Right.
I was so upset. I was like, that's not something to joke about. And I started crying, and I was like, you know how bad I want to marry you. Like, that's not something to joke about.
Right. And,
So the day he did propose to me, it wasn't that day, clearly, but it was the day after, and you told me that you knew you had to do it, because that night, I didn't talk to him, I didn't breathe on him. If he touched me, I would push his hand away. Like, I was so angry, like, crying mad. And, the next day, he was like, I want to take you out on a date. And I was like, no. Like, go get food yourself. Like, I was that mad. I was so upset. But I was like, no, go get food yourself. And he's like, please, like, come on. And I was like, okay, whatever. So he took me to Branding Iron, which is our favorite place here in town. And I was still really pissy throughout lunch.
Very pissy.
I warmed up a little bit.
Well, yeah. After we put some food in, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get super hangry. But after that, he was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't really care. It was like kind of windy outside. Like, even that morning, I was so angry. I brushed my hair and it was all frizzy and mess. I didn't dress cute. I was wearing sandals when it was windy outside. I didn't brush my teeth. Like, I was so upset. Oh, I was so mad. So mad at you. And he was like, well, why don't we go to the mountain? And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I was seriously like, can we go on Tuesday? Like, I'm not dressed for this, and da-da-da. And he's like...
I couldn't wait.
Yeah, he was like, no, I want to go today. And I was like, whatever. Like, I was like, he's probably leading me on again. Like, you know. He was like, no, I really, really want to go today. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was just, whatever. That's like literally my mood. I was, you know, there's no other really way to describe it. There's no other way. But yeah. So he takes me to the lookout on the mountain. And we never been there before with just me and him.
Right.
I didn't really think anything of it for some reason. I think it's because I was so focused on the day before that I didn't care. I was like, whatever. Like, I thought he was probably going to pull into the lookout, pull out, and go home. Because clearly I had a really bad attitude. Like, I was not in the mood. It was windy outside. It's always windy here in Wyoming. Mm-hmm. But yeah. We pull up. There's, like, a truck next to us. It's windy. It's cold. You're like, what'd you say?
Should have dressed better than what we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Then again, though, if you would have been like, hey, you need to dress warm, I would have been like, why? Or do your makeup and look cute. Like, I didn't put makeup on or anything. Like, I would have suspected something was going on.
Right. But we, like, arrive at the lookout and everything. And we're sitting in our car. She's still, like, really angry at me. And, I suggested that we go out there, like, go outside to get a better view. Mm-hmm. So, she agrees, like, thankfully.
What if I would have been like, no, I want to stay in the car?
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have gone the way that I wanted it to. But thankfully she agrees, and we go out in front of the car, and we're just kind of leaning on the car. And so I asked her if she still wanted to marry me, and she gave me like that shrugged yes. And
I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay. So I get down on one knee, and I opened up the ring, and she starts bawling.
I did. I started crying so hard, and the truck behind us like pulled out.
Yeah.
And like watched the whole thing. I started bawling. I felt so bad, guys. I was like, I was treating you like crap. Like, oh my god, I've never cried so hard. Like, I was ugly crying. Like, ugly crying.
I think what you first said was, I'm sorry, or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, that was the, you know. And then he's like, so are you going to marry me then? And I was like, yes, of course.
And then she pulled me up and she kissed me.
I did. It was sweet. It was a really sweet moment. But honestly, if he wouldn't have made me mad the day before, I would have guessed.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was so upset, I had no clue. Surprisingly. Because for some reason, I believed the receipt trick. I cannot believe
now
I
that
believe
you think about it, you're like,
I'm like, are you kidding yourself, Arabella? Seriously? Like, you're dumb. So, I'm just curious, but how did you know that I was, like, the one for you to marry? Like, how'd you know? Like, what moment did you look at me and was like, yeah, she's definitely the one?
I would say whenever, like, I do something stupid that was, like, unacceptable to society, but acceptable for you because you love me. I think that's when I knew that I was ready to marry her.
Aw. And I feel like I knew when you were the one was, so for my Sweet 16, I had a Disney ball, and I dressed up like Belle, and he dressed it up like Adam, the Beast, from Beauty and the Beast, because that's always been my thing since I was a little girl. And, he totally thrifted and DIY'd his whole costume. Like, it looked so good. Seriously, so good. And I had this, like, big yellow ball gown. If I have a picture, I'll put it in. But a big yellow ball gown that looked like Belle's. That kind of resembled Belle's. And we had a slow dance at one point in time during my Sweet 16 to Taylor's Oldest Time from Beauty and the Beast. And we started slow dancing in the middle of the dance floor, and he gives me this look with, like, tears in his eyes, and he starts crying, and
You sound very emotional. I'm not really that emotional, but when it comes to this girl.
aw, how sweet. But yeah, I just knew that, like, he was seriously the one, and that sounds so cheesy, but, like, just like that bond when we were dancing, like, was seriously, I'm gonna get emotional.
With being friends before really helps
Yeah.
the relationship.
Yeah. And, like, he really is my best friend, but, like, just that look he gave me when we were dancing, I just knew that, like, yeah, it's me and you forever. It really is. I'm all emotional.
You need a break?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Drink your tea.
Drinking my tea. Just wash the tears away. Okay.
Where we at?
What are our plans for the future, baby?
Well, our plans for our future would have to be getting married,
Absolutely. That's step
Moving.
one.
moving,
Yeah, we plan on moving this summer.
hopefully out of state.
That'd be really nice.
That would be
I don't know
great.
about this summer, but we definitely plan on moving after we get married. I think we want to just be able to enjoy being just us for a second, like enjoy our marriage, like travel. Like I said in my first video on here, we really want to go to North Carolina,
Yes.
Florida, Hawaii, California, places like that. We really, really want to travel. We both really want kids. You want a daughter. Really bad. He's always like, I want a son, but then, like, you know, he has that sweet spot where he's like, I really want a daughter.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, we plan on having kiddos, moving out of state eventually, growing old together. We would like to, like, get a house and just build it for us. That's a really big, goal of ours, is to just to be able to sit down and, like, create our space, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and, I know a goal of yours is you don't want me to have to work if I don't want
No,
to.
not at all.
He wants me to be a stay-at-home mom if I want to be. But I really want my beauty license. I want to have my own salon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to have my kids there with me. Like, I want to have a career that lets me spend time with my kids, and I can go home to my husband and my family whenever I want to. And, yeah, stuff like that. Oh, and to get a wiener dog.
Yes.
That's a serious goal. I want a weenie. It's bad. Okay, I can't say that. That sounds bad. I want a weenie bad. No, I want a wiener dog really bad. I just love wiener dogs. And maybe a ferret. And then to end this video, what is your favorite memory with just me and you? Like, favorite memory of us?
So many.
Yeah, it's hard after being together for 4 years. I am going to say camping with you. We went camping this last summer, which is him and we went to the store and we got like a tent and just like a whole bunch of camping supplies, like chairs and floaties and sunscreen and all that stuff. Well, actually we got suntanning lotion and we didn't get sunscreen because we're stupid. We ended up coming home so sunburnt. But yeah, it was seriously such a fun time. It was just me and him, and we never got to do something like that together. And it's like I saw the adventurous side to him. I saw, you know, I always see the fun side, but it was like a different fun side.
Right.
If that makes sense. It was really fun. That was
the outdoorsy type.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. But of course my other favorite memory together is the time you gave me my promise ring and my engagement ring.
I would say one of my favorite times was when we used to do our singing together.
Oh, yeah.
Over at our old school, we used to have a band room that had little sections and everything that you can just walk into. Mm-hmm. And it would just be me and her. Yeah,
he'd be like, I can't...
This was before we were
dating.
Yeah,
before we were even dating, so. Yeah. He would be like, hey, I know that you sing. Would you like to sing a song together? And I was like, yeah, sure. And the song that he chose was Marvin Gaye by Charlie Puth and Meghan Trainor, which is such a random song to choose. But it was like popping at the time, you know? And it was a love song. Love song, I guess you can say.
Yeah, more than a love song.
Yeah, definitely a
Get down.
Get down song. But yeah, and he'd be like, I definitely want to do it, or not do it with you. I want, oh my gosh, Hunter. But he was like, I want to do it as a duet, and I'll play the guitar, I can sing a little bit, and you can sing too. And I was like, yeah, sure, totally. And I wasn't like sure if this was because he liked me a little bit, or just because he wanted to sing and play guitar with me. And so we would meet in the band room during lunch with just me and him, and we would sing, and he would play guitar, and he would give me like these cute little looks, and...
Okay, I was probably doing it subconsciously, because I had no idea that I was... She says I was flirting, but
you were!
I had no idea that I was flirting.
Dropping hints. He's like, I didn't know that you liked me. And like literally after we'd be like done singing together, I'm like, I just have butterflies when I sing around you. I'm just so nervous. Like, that is a big hint, boy.
I'm not very good with hints.
Clearly, yeah. Because, that happened all the time. Like, I would drop serious hints, and he'd be like, oh, I didn't know. Sure you didn't know. Okay. Whatever you say, mister. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you liked seeing Hunter's handsome face on my YouTube channel. You'll be seeing tons of wedding videos coming your way from the both of us. Maybe you guys would be down for a Q&A about us or for us or whatever, because I know a lot of people have questions. A lot of people have a hard time believing that I'm 19 and we've been together for 4 years. And I don't know, it's hard for people for some reason. Like, they automatically think since we've been together for 4 years and we started dating at 15 that we're gonna rush into our marriage and that we fight all the time. Like, not to toot our horn, but Hunter and I don't fight. Like, we've never taken a break. We've never, like, really fought. And if we did have a fight, we would literally sit down and talk about our problems.
And it was over stupid things.
Yeah, always stupid things.
Like, or to go for food. Or,
yeah. True. Yeah. Who's taking up the bed.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyways. So if you'd be down for a Q&A, just let us know. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to our love story, guys. It was fun. I like being able to hear your side of the story because I feel like I'm always talking about it. But yeah. So if you liked today's video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you would like to, you can feel free to subscribe down below. Click that big red button. And you can push the bell notification to get notified every single time I upload. Because I do upload new videos every single Saturday. Anything else you want to say? Tell
Nope.
them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Down below. I'm at 54 subscribers, guys. I would like to hit 100 subscribers by the end of March.
Yes.
Alright, well thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!